And me, that's as a principal for the first time at the middle school, I think that's a big thing. It's just, the pride I have in my students right now for what they've done.
Mr. Harris, did you hear that, Morgan County families? Your principal, Mr. Harris, he said it. He is proud of you guys.
Woohoo! It's time for positive actions.
Hola. Es hora de acción positiva.
Positiva! Oh my goodness! I'm sending a hug to you, Miss Shema, and to you, Morgan County Scholars. Look, Mrs. Hott and Miss Shema. Guess what? Miss Shema, are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hey, you want to tell the kids we've got something pretty awesome coming up?
Yes, we have something really cool. We were talking with your principal here at the school in Morgan County, and they have really wonderful advice to tell you. They are sharing their routine, their life now, what they are doing, what the positive action that they are using. It's pretty cool.
It's really cool. So stay tuned. Coming up on Fun Fridays, boys and girls, on the Daily Positive Action Community Vlogcast, Shema and I are going to talk to your principals. And you know what? They really miss you. They told us so. Didn't they, Shema?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Your principals are missing you guys. So coming soon, we have a special interview. Warm Springs Intermediate, the middle school, Paw Paw, Pleasant View, and Mr. Nida at Berkeley Springs High School. Right, Shema?
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Are you wondering what they've been up to? How about you, Shema?
Yes.
What do you think Mr. Beckman's doing right now? I don't know. What do you think Mr. Cable's been doing? Who's putting the flag up? Want to find out? So tune in on a Friday, guys, because they're talking about you. And boy, they've been really busy, haven't they, Shema?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, here we go.
Positive action word for this week is the golden rule. And in Spanish, la regla de oro. Treat others the way you want to be treated. It's good for your social and your emotional wellness.
It's time for positive
action.
actions.
Hola. Es hora de acción positiva.
Oh my goodness! Good morning, Morgan County Scholars. Hey, it is Fun Friday, and Miss Shema and Mrs. Hott, we have a series to close out our school year that's super awesome. Guess what, boys and girls? You get to meet today one of our PAWsome principals.
Yay.
Everybody wave hi and say, Mr. Harris, can you tell everyone hello?
Hello, everyone.
You know what? It's really good to see you. You know that? And you know, I guess it makes my heart feel good just to, I've missed seeing people, so I'm hoping that for you boys and girls out there too, like, look, Mr. Harris is with us today. I gotta get my principals. Mr. Harris is with us today. I know you just told us that you just did the meal distribution and you had a busy day already. So Miss Shema and I, we have some questions for you, and we'll just jump right in and get started. Our first question: if you could tell our students and our families, Mr. Harris, since the stay-home order, what is your new routine like? Like, how are you balancing work and school? What's the school like without you there? Are you taking things home? And how are you balancing between the two worlds now that there's a pandemic going on?
I actually go into the school every single day and spend majority of the day there working. with working on stuff to prep for next year, making sure answering emails and phone calls and returning messages. Also, we have custodians that are in the building as well, so I want to make sure that I have personnel in the building. I want to be in there as well. And throughout each day or every day of the week, we have a lot of team meetings through either Microsoft Teams or Zoom, and we do a lot of discussions on students' progress, and again, prepping for next year as well. And since we got the governor's orders last week, we're now in the process of prepping for closing out the school for the year as well.
Oh my goodness, it's really happening, huh?
Yeah.
Closing out the year as well.
To me, it's very important for me to be in the building when I have personnel in there. I think it's, at least it keeps it running and keeps the school alive a little bit. And like I said, we all have been working hard, putting a lot of things together, trying to keep everyone motivated to work while they're at home right now, and also to start prepping and planning for next year's Wolfpack students.
So even though schools are closed and the students aren't there, you are, aren't you?
Correct, yes. And we have, like I said, we have, custodians that are in. We also have teachers that come in. And we have to practice our social distancing and everything else, but we have a lot of people that, want to be in the building, trying to get things ready for our students and stuff, and a lot of meetings. That's basically what goes on during the week right now, is just a lot of meetings.
Wow. Getting ready for the new year. It's coming up though too, right? Hey, that's the light at the tunnel. Something to look forward to, you guys. The next school year, right? Awesome.
That's right. We want to make sure that we feel like we've already had a great school year this year. We want to try to put plans into place to top that next year.
Oh, hey, that reminds me. I got a message, and last year Shayma and I, we did a walkabout the school for the incoming fifth graders. So I hear Summer's going to help with that. And I guess, did somebody talk to you, like a tour of the school?
Yes, and Mrs. Hine is going to be involved with that as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of, I think there's going to be a lot of technology involved in giving a virtual tour of the building and a lot of the great things that you'll be able to expect next year at Warm Springs Middle School.
You know what? I don't think I got to tell Shayma about that yet. It's going to be awesome. Morgan County Scholars. This time, the video will have an intro from you, Mr. Harris, which I think is awesome. Welcoming kids to the new year. And I've never seen this before, but Miss Hines says she has a 360 camera. Do you know what that is, Shayma? I have no idea.
Good camera.
But it's technology that I can't wait to see. But you know what? It's going to be really cool for those fifth graders this year as they come in. And I think as well, the upperclassmen at the middle school, because they miss seeing you guys. So I think this piece, will be a beautiful tool to help people, transition over the summer and get ready for fall school year. So thanks for doing that.
No problem. I think according to Mrs. Hine, we have some great pictures and videos that we were going to use from last year, and I think that'll be a big help.
She was telling me about the High Fives Fridays. Those are good features. And you know what? What a cool way, if anybody's feeling anxious about returning and coming back, they'll get to see how exciting and there's just a great school family there. So
we may have to improvise High Five Fridays right now, so we might have to come up with something different. So
wonder what that could be. Or there could be like a new signal or something that could be just for the middle school, and that could be like the Flintstones. Do you watch that in Spain? The Flintstones, Fred Flintstone and Barney, they had like a secret signal for, I think it was something to do with their, I'm showing my age here, aren't I? You guys, never mind. Never mind. All right, let's find out what you've been up to when you're not at school. Shayma has another.
I have this question that, are there some books or movie you have been reading or watching that you can recommend to your school family?
Well, here at the house, we binge watched The Lord of the Rings last week. Then yesterday, since it was a rainy day, we binge watched The Hobbit. So we've been getting those movies, which were also great books, out of the way, just watching them. And then we just, whatever else we can find on TV that's interesting to watch, we watch that as well. We try to, book-wise, I probably should be reading more, but I usually, if I'm doing anything else other than watching, when we're watching stuff with the family, I'm usually working on school stuff on the computer, and I also write the sports for the Morgan Messenger, so I'm also doing the sports articles and getting them put out each week as well. So that pretty much keeps me busy if it's a little bit of downtime here in the house.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. I've often wondered, because I see that in the paper, the column for sports, and it says Jamie Harris. So, and there's only one Jamie Harris, right? So,
as far as I know.
Yeah, that's your column. I love it. That's cool. Now, do you have any extra time for anything that you haven't gotten to do?
Well, we try to do a lot of things. We try to get out and go hiking or go for walks or runs. Try to get out and go fishing. We're working on a garden whenever it's not raining, so we're pretty busy with the family and stuff. So
you got a garden?
Yeah.
Well, that takes a lot of time. What have you planted so far?
Just potatoes and onions right now. So,
really?
Yeah. My wife built some potato boxes, so we've got those, in the garden set up with potatoes in them, and we got a row of onions. And right now, everything else with the cold weather, we can't get in the ground just yet.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on warmer weather.
Yeah, it is a little early, and it has been cold, hasn't it?
Yes.
It's been super cold. All right, I have another question for you, Mr. Harris. Okay, since the pandemic began, what is this, like week 6 or 7 that we've been home?
I've lost track.
Where are we? But since the pandemic began, can you tell the Morgan County's families, have you seen any positive actions? What do you notice that's going on positive in our community?
Well, my teachers at the middle school have shared a lot of great things with me. They share some of the pictures and stuff that the students are taking of them doing things at home and sending it in. We try to put it on our Facebook page, and we have teachers that are using the Zoom meetings and snapping pictures of the students and stuff with messages and everything. And just between that and just seeing stuff out on social media, we feel like what we're promoting from the middle school as well. We feel like that's sending a lot of great positive messages to our parents and our students. In return, they're sending stuff back to us. So we feel like we've made some really good connections during this time off. And again, the staff at the middle school have done a fantastic job of reaching out to the students and communicating with them and keeping them motivated and keeping them engaged and being a listening ear. That's the big thing right now.
Oh yeah, everybody needs somebody to talk to and listen to them. That's cool. And technology, I show my age again, but with things like this, how would we have done this even 15 years ago? Like when my daughters were at the middle school, it's been a while. I don't know how we would have survived, because we used to have Frontier for our internet, and you couldn't watch anything. I mean, you couldn't load. Shayma and I would load videos, and now, because we have a different wireless service, which is much faster. I don't know how this pandemic would have been, because I have a college student and 2 high schoolers at home, and right now they're in class upstairs, and this whole the keeping people connected, and I think people are working really hard. That's a positive action I notice.
Yes.
With our staff at the partnership, and I hear about it. I love seeing the middle school social media. That really it makes me feel positive knowing that school family is supporting everybody. It's like a foundation of our communities. That's cool.
We feel like we're supposed to be promoting the learning environment stuff, but we also feel like the social emotional part is a big key right now. We want to make sure that we're attacking that from the get-go. And as I stated, everybody's done a fantastic job with that, and I couldn't be more proud of the way the staff has handled everything.
Oh, did you guys hear that? Good job, everybody. That's awesome. Thanks, Mr. Harris, for telling them that. I love it. Okay, let me see here. Where are we?
The next one is... You want to say it?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Please, could you share any advice to help family with their social and emotional wellness?
I leaned in on that, right?
I think the biggest thing is that, have a good balance at home. you get when your kids are working and stuff, it don't need to be 6 straight hours of work, a couple hours here, maybe an hour or two there, but also find things for them to do, have them, go out for walks, go for a hike, go fishing, just do something that you're able to, get some type of exercise, get some fresh air, be up and moving. And I think that's a big key. But also, if you feel like you're struggling and you need help, reach out to the school, reach out to our teachers, reach out to our counselors. I think we have a really great staff that would, easily provide a lot more resources to help out. But to me, the big key is on that social emotional is getting involved in doing stuff, and just not, focus solely on your academic work, but getting out and, being engaged with the outdoors, or, just doing something where you're not necessarily stressing about the academic piece of everything.
That's good. Some students are probably like, oh no, what about my work? Or what if the internet goes down? So Mr. Harris says, don't stress about it. That I like it. That's helpful.
Yes.
I'm glad that they can hear that. Let's see, before we go, I want you to try something for me. If you could imagine that right now, all of your students, you were with them. It's been 6 or 7 weeks, we forgot. So say that they're in your room with you right now, and you haven't seen them, and it could be September when you do see them, but what would you like to say to your students if they were all together with you at this very moment?
I want them to know that I'm very proud of what they're doing right now. All the feedback I've gotten from the teachers, they have, the students have done a fantastic job with everything on the academic end, and doing a fantastic job of hanging in there and getting things accomplished. And to me, I think that says a lot from what we did from the start of the school year, trying to encourage and motivate, and it's carried over. We've all had to adapt on the fly with all this, and I think that they've really made a big adjustment to it. And I'm very proud of our Wolfpack. I think they've done a fantastic job during this time, like they have been doing all year, and I'm excited for our next step for our 6th and 7th graders next year. I'm excited for our 8th graders to be going to the high school next year. I think they're all going to do fantastic at each grade level when we do get back into the building. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody's going to be able to do. And me, that's as a principal for the first time at the middle school, I think that's a big thing. It's just the pride I have in my students right now for what they've done.
Mr. Harris, did you hear that, Morgan County families? Your principal, Mr. Harris, he said it. He is proud of you guys. There you go. So you guys are doing a good job. Your principal is proud. Thanks for letting them know that. That's
no problem.
Beautiful. Well, I know you have a million things going on, so Miss Shama and I will let you go.
All right.
We have you scheduled on a Friday on the daily vlogcast. You'll see it on the partnership social media, Morgan County Partnership. And coming up, just so you know too, Mr. Harris, we have a new mobile app, and I'm going to have a button for you. And so people, like, over the summertime, they're like, oh, who's my principal? If they're coming in from another school, or even if they miss you, they can look at this talk and get ready for their year coming up. All right?
Sounds great. We're looking forward to it.
Awesome. All set, everybody? All right, let's tell everybody bye.
All right. Y'all have a good day. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Harris.
Yeah.
Mwah. Mwah. Miss you. That was awesome.
I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am.